Well, not just the beats, but the whole feeling of a song. I'm not hearing the lyrics first. It's hard for me to speak in words. It's hard for me to hear it, but I know how to translate it through chords and melody. Like, all right, guilty pleasure. I was a Backstreet Boys kid, Resident Sing. Finally going to the concert, I like try to play it cool. Why am I even here?
For me, it was probably Justin Bieber.
One time.
This kid is so cool. I wish I was going back to dancing, right? And the reason why I like R&B is because
you're always in your field.
I would do like Chris Brown, Take You Down.
Take you down.
Was that the Calvin Harris one?
Oh, there was another one. What was that era? Like 2006, 8. It was like really cheesy. Oh no, it was like maybe 2001. It was like this one girl that always sang. It was like really EDM-y. It was like, the Guido era in Jersey.
I don't remember.
I forget.
Well, we are back.
Woo. Do we have to do the clap thing?
No, we don't have to do it anymore because I figured out how to finally edit in Final Cut Pro. So
wow,
good now.
He's making levels.
Now we're just starting off now.
Let's go.
It's been a while.
Kinda. It really has.
I would say, what's been happening this month?
I've been going crazy in my studio for trying to film content too.
Oh, yeah? I forgot. The camera system that you're working on.
Yeah.
And you've been teasing it a little bit on Instagram.
Have I? Oh, yes, I have. Well, DeMar did. Yeah.
Oh,
he posted it. Yeah. But the podcast has been inspiring me. Like, ooh, I have to show face a little more.
I have also been working on stuff too. I mean, other than this stuff, which we finally posted. Finally.
It looks like you've been going crazy on Final Cut, though. So that's like great. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I have been focusing on it. And then EJ and Mark, we recorded a set for each of them. So we're making progress.
Oh, yes. Channel Mix is coming soon.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for that. But coming soon.
I feel like it's going to be great because, we always talk about this, like the whole DJ mixes on YouTube are popping off. It's like the new radio, yada, yada, yada. And we're just awesome DJs too. So it's like
that we are.
It's going to be cool.
It's kind of like the meme. It's like your local DJ, big things coming soon.
Yeah. It really is. But I feel like the first one I'd want to do is maybe I'll do a vinyl one just to, because the first couple episodes you put out, they're gonna be like, why those decks collecting dust? And then I'll be like, okay,
I can't wait for that. What does it say? Someone's music just came out on vinyl. Oh, and their album just came out. Cajunadas.
I listened to the first 3 songs. Like I think one more after the Rochelle Jordan one.
Yeah, him, Thames, and Staples came out with new music. Peggy Goo came out with her album.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people coming out with music, which is a great way to segue into what we're going to talk about.
Music, but even just music from a producer's standpoint and a dancer standpoint. For those who didn't know, Noel used to be a dancer.
Yeah, I used to do a dance. Blech. I mean, I used to dance back in, when was it? Back in high school, started in middle school, did in high school. College, I did a lot. And then, sorry, EJ. No, not EJ. Pierre's interrupting me right now. But what was I say? I danced a lot in my adult life, and it was a big part of my life, and really got me into music at a young age. So, now we're just gonna see how.
Let's set the stage.
Okay.
So I'm the oldest sibling. All right, I got 4 younger siblings under me. Noel's one of them. Every single one of them decided to be dancers. I was the only one who decided to pursue music. Everyone dabbled in music. Everyone took piano lessons. But for some reason, I decided to stick with the music, and they went with the dancing. And it was like so hardcore that in our basement, they convinced our parents to put these mirrors up. So our basement pretty much was like a little mini dance studio.
Yeah. It was actually useful back then because our sisters, both Cassie and Rika, had Sweet 16s. And for Filipino Sweet 16s, they have to do a dance performance. It's either they do some kind of ballroom or they do some kind of hip hop routine, which is what both of our sisters did, and that came in clutch when we had to do those practices.
Yeah.
And among other things, some other stuff I did. Maybe I'll reveal it one time, but I did do like a big promposal, and I had sessions there to practice.
He did a flash mob, my guy.
I
Like,
did.
oh my god! Like, I try to ask him every day. I'm like, yo, let me
Yeah.
just see that video one more time. It was like a one-shot flash mob YouTube video. It was insane. And it's funny. I remember then, like, I'd go back downstairs, like, to hang out, and then they're like practicing in the mirror. I'd just be coming in, just like, oh yeah, trying to like, I'd be messing up their flow, but like, I just, part of me wants to dance too.
Yeah,
come on,
okay,
like,
it's okay. I mean, that video, I'm
just
probably
wanna be
going
part
to
of the
take it to the
family.
grave. So maybe we'll
yeah.
see it. Maybe we won't, but
yeah.
we'll see.
So it's like, okay, so as a dancer, like, this is an interesting one. Like, what makes you pick a song that you want to dance to?
Oh, that's a great question. So I feel like what really drew me to music that I wanted to dance to was actually how singers or rappers like how they vocalize in terms of rhythm, right? So if we take Migos is a perfect example, right? What's one of their favorite songs or best songs?
Well, the most common thing in their songs, they do triplets, which is the technical term where it's like da 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 da.
Exactly. So those
Yeah.
kind of rhythms are the ones that I would really gravitate to and I would try to dance to. On the like polar opposite side, I really also like dancing to like I never really showed it or I never put it on video or put it on social media, but I used to like to dance to really kind of like almost acoustic music where the voice person was singing rhythmically. So Ed Sheeran, great example.
Wow. When you say that, I just picture you like doing contemporary dance with ribbons, like going like this and going like that. No, okay.
No, I didn't do that. I didn't do that at all. I did like more. There's this guy that I really liked watching, and there's actually like a couple dancers. One couple that's really famous, Keone and Mari. Like watching them dance. I feel like I've showed you mad videos of them.
Maybe it's like that couple that dances, and then I feel like lately I've seen it and like they're dancing with their baby or something.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. So those are like some of the inspirations.
Asians, right?
Yeah.
Why are the Asians like always killing it at the dancing, huh?
I don't know. I mean, didn't you say it before, right? Like even with singing, right? That like Asians gravitate towards the arts because they're so suppressed by their Asian parents or something like that. So that's definitely part of it, you know?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, just being Filipino, it's like, just all around music all the time. Like mom was always playing the piano, singing, knew every line dance in the world. And dad loved like playing guitar when he did play the guitar and stuff.
But I mean, that kind of dancing specifically, like I gravitated towards it just because I liked the way they were dancing to the lyrics. And it helped me kind of connect how I was moving with the purpose of the song because I felt like I was dancing to what they were singing, you know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like a really good example, modern example of that now is what's her name?
Who?
SZA.
Oh, yeah.
So her last album, SOS, there's a song that I really love called Love Language.
Yeah.
And it starts off slow like and then she speeds up her singing and
then that increases your movement or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, it's interesting.
Yeah. And then another example that you know of is who I've been like kind of gravitating towards is Haley Knox.
Oh yes, yeah.
Her Available for Me. It's a ba-da-da-da-da, and then like she uses her hums and stuff.
Yeah,
like that kind of stuff. I really gravitate towards.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like for me as a producer, it's kind of like, well, I don't know. I feel like I fell in love with music or music production when, we were being taught piano. I was being taught these like classical pieces like Chopin and that world. Loved it, but then I started listening to the radio and I was like, whoa, like, how do they make these songs? That's what clicked in my head.
What age did that start happening?
Probably. When I started, was I able to buy my first I was able to like buy albums with my own money. So it's like whenever I had grandma gave us like $100 or something, or any Christmas present from the titas and titos, any money, I would just go to Target and I would just buy albums. And back in that day, there was no like Spotify, like barely any internet. And so I would just like kind of go off the cover. But my first album I ever bought with my own money was probably Get Rich or Die Trying, 50 Cent.
Oh.
Isn't that funny? Yeah.
Not gonna lie. I had to think about that one because I was like, what album is that?
Yeah, it's a long time ago. It just showed my age, but hey, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Like that In the Club song, I remember I heard it on the radio and I was like, who is this guy? Who is he?
Dun, dun.
And then like you saw on MTV, he's like hanging upside down. I'm like, oh, I gotta get this guy's album.
Wait, he did that for something recently. Did he do that for the Super Bowl or no?
Oh yeah, he
did that for Super Bowl,
replicated
right?
that. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that.
But before that, kind of like Napster was around. So like, I remember like really loving hip hop just because of the beats. So like in school, like, especially when, remember the Clips Grindin' came out?
Yeah.
There was a point where everyone was like banging that beat on the lunch table. And and we were all doing it, and then everyone would start freestyling. And then it just came to me that like, and I tried freestyling too, and turns out I'm like real crap at it. I'd be like, next. And I would just always be banging the beat, right? And then, it just sparked my interest. I was like, okay, I can't rap, but like, how do they make these beats behind all these vocals and stuff? And then I just kind of like went down a rabbit hole for a very long time.
Oh,
yeah.
Dang.
And it's always the beats that always made me, well, not just the beats, but the whole feeling of a song. Like, it's interesting, like all the people I collaborate with, they'll take notice that I don't really hear the lyrics, where it's like, for example, like Sabrina Claudio, I've written like so many songs with her, and then we'll just be chilling and I'm like singing a song that we made together, just mumbling it, and then she's like, those are the wrong lyrics, right? And I was like, oh, I don't know. But like, and I've listened to that song like maybe 1,000 times.
Yeah.
But sometimes like I'm not hearing the lyrics first. It's like the whole song in general. Like the feeling it gives me, not even through lyrics, but just in general, and it does something to me. I don't know. And like, I know that sounds weird as a producer because you're supposed to know what a song's about.
Yeah.
But I know generally, is this a sad song? Is this a happy song? What emotion are we trying to portray?
Right.
And I'm like, okay, I'm going to just try to capture that through the music because that's what I can do, It's hard for me to speak in words. It's hard for me to hear it, but I know how to translate it through chords and melody,
That's interesting. So pretty much how you started is that you were really listening to the beats when you first started getting into music.
Yeah.
Not even as a producer, but just as a general listener and as a fan. And then I started more listening to the lyrics, not in terms of what they were saying, but just the tempo and how they were singing it.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. I feel like I transferred into the more, I guess, listening to the beats more.
Yeah.
Once I started DJing.
No, I feel like when I first fell in love with music, it was definitely the lyrics. Like I remember, like when like 6th, 7th grade, you have your first crush and she doesn't like you back. Oh my God, it was like play Boyz II Men, The Road over and over again. Like I would like just listen to their albums because mom had them, right? And then I would just be like in my pillow, just like, why? It's the end of the road.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, I forgot mom would play that stuff all the time.
But I'll give it up. Like, all right, guilty pleasure, right? Like the very first album, or what I was really into was pop music, like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. Like, I'm sure mom and dad have videos when I was like young, and me and Cassie we're just like taking combs and like singing to NSYNC and Backstreet Boys and stuff.
Dude, yeah, they have videos of all three of us doing that.
Yeah,
I remember there's one specific video where it was in our very first house in Colonia, New Jersey, the small one.
Yeah.
And then we were all in one room, and then I remember you and Cassie were doing something like Backstreet Boys-ish. And I was baby, maybe like 2 years old. I had a little bat. And then I was just singing. I was like, and then out of nowhere, Cassie goes like, Mick!
Oh, I was probably still in the show or something.
Yeah. And she was getting so mad at you, but then me in the middle, I was like smiling at the camera.
Oh my God. You were such like an innocent baby then. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, those videos are the best, honestly, because like.
Yeah, I remember like I was like begging my mom and dad to like get me, let's watch Backstreet Boys. I was a Backstreet Boys kid versus NSYNC. And then I was like, I want to see them in concert. And then like it took a couple years for them to actually get one, and then I was kind of getting to the age where like it wasn't cool to like pop music, and then I remember actually finally going to the concert. And like I'm surrounded by all these like screaming girls, and I like try to play it cool. Like I was just like sitting down, just watching it. Just like, why am I even here? You know. But
That's
yeah.
so relatable though, because the same thing happened to me where it's like there's like a boy band or like a boy pop figure that you kind of like, but like in 8th grade and middle school, like that shit's not cool, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like, oh, you're gay if you like that
yeah.
shit. That for me was probably Justin Bieber. When you showed me the one time music video, I was like, this kid is so cool. Fuck. I wish I was I was like, damn. I was looking at all the girls in the music videos. I'm like, damn, they're all so hot.
Oh
fuck.
my god!
And he's short too. He's shorter than all of them. Like, I see myself in him.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well, that makes sense because in your proposal flash mob one shot video, well, didn't you dance at one time?
So it's funny. Yeah, I did. No, not one time. It was Beauty and a Beat.
Oh my
Which is
God.
also just another great piece of music video. Like just a music video. That's why I
Yeah.
copied it. But no, one time was for my previous girlfriend's anniversary video. So I was obsessed with Justin Bieber when I was a young kid.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
It was a good
Interesting.
time. Yeah. It's funny. I feel like with pop people, like I've always gravitated to them because like honestly, I wish I was them. I wish I could like dance like them. I wish I could like sing like them.
I
and
mean,
just have
that's
a
why
persona.
pop artists are pop artists, right?
Yeah,
It's like
That's true.
a lot of people like want to be them, you know, or like
Yeah.
inspire them. You know?
Yeah.
It's like you're a star. You know what I mean?
I feel
cool.
like I'm now getting back into because I feel like I avoided pop for a while, and then
Yeah.
I'm slowly getting back. Well, not slowly. I'm starting to get back into pop music, but just not. I would say the mainstream kind. Like the only mainstream
Yeah,
kind was
yeah.
probably like Troye Sivan.
Well, I mean, the new pop now is kind of rap music. You know, it's like the
That's
new
true.
pop. But if
Yeah.
you're talking like in the general sense, like how it was, like you know, era of Katy Perry or even Justin Bieber's era, where you know, One Time and all that stuff. It's like, well, what is pop music to you? Because pop music to me is just like whatever is popular right now.
That's a great question because I've always wondered how to define pop music, and I don't know if popular is the way to define it, but I think when I think of pop music, right? I think of an anti-definition of that is like Brockhampton, right? I think of them as a pop group because I feel like they're really relating to the current pop culture right now. Like that's how I would think of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I was watching one of their interviews with, I think it was GQ. It was like one of those "What can you live without?" or
Yeah.
questions to ask Brockhampton or some tweet thing. And one of them was like, "What genre is Brockhampton?" And then all of them were like, "We're pop music. Just call us pop music. We're the greatest pop band ever."
Oh.
And I was like, "Oh, I kind of get where they're going." Because like a lot of people, I think they gravitate them towards like a hip hop category. But
Yeah.
if you like listen to their whole selection, like they do kind of have like a nice pop vibe to it, especially with that guy Bareface with the high notes and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Not too familiar, but
Oh no.
no, I know like I know the group, but every individual, I just not too much. But I know you really like them though. Yeah. I remember.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm starting to gravitate towards now and then. Another example now, especially like what's his name? I just saw him at Coachella. Oh, Tyler the Creator.
Oh no,
Yeah.
that Coachella show was like his set design was insane.
Yeah. Going back to classical music,
Yeah.
have you ever gone back to it? Because like I remember I was listening to this guy Derek G, and he was talking about like how artists generally have really good taste and they go back to like their roots of what they first listened to.
Mhm.
Do you ever go back to your classical
Well, I
music?
still know them. I know how to play them, but I don't know how to play the full pieces, like some Chopin, some Rachmaninoff. Like I'll remember like the first 2 pages. I call it like my party trick. So it's like if there's a piano wherever at a party or a social event and like play it, and I'm like, okay, and then I'll just do a little fancy Rachmaninoff where I'm and then like I stop after a little bit because if I play it off like, oh no, stop, like no. But the real case is that I just don't remember it.
No?
You know.
Oh, okay. So it's not a part of you at all, or like in your current like music making sense.
No, it's kind of like me and classical music. It's kind of a little bit of it's kind of like triggering because the piano teacher, you know, our piano teacher Tatiana, like, I don't know, she was like pretty strict and like forcing me,
Yeah.
and
That's fine.
it just made me have a disdain for that kind of stuff, for just playing that again or learning it. And
Okay.
I just feel like in my field now, it's like it's just things are so simple than the classical stuff, where it's just 4 chords or 2 chords or whatever it may be. And I don't know, I still like listening to it. Like when I play it, I still feel the passion in me when I play it. Like,
Okay.
so,
Okay.
but I don't know. Could I see myself like studying the sheet music again to like play it again? Like,
Okay. No.
nah. Even like when I was at Berkeley too, like you had to like prepare these pieces to play for your like quarterly kind of like exam. And then I would just like, it'd be like the night before, I'm like staying up all night. Okay, let's figure this out. And then ended up failing anyways. But
So has your I don't know, has your music taste then stayed the same since you started producing professionally?
no, it's like, okay, so high school, it was like I was really into hip hop. And then this is when I was like buying my own albums, right? I was buying albums at Target. And then sometimes it led to other genres because like I didn't know what the music, I just literally bought it off the cover. I remember one was like it just looked like a burnt CD and it said, "Don't steal this album." And it's by, God damn, who am I forgetting? It's like rock, like really rock, fast music and
Rock?
nothing I ever listened to. Yeah. I even bought like a Creed album. I bought like just off the cover. Like I'm just like, oh, that looks interesting. I'm gonna buy this. And like really a lot of albums I hated, a lot of albums that I ended up loving that I never thought I'd expect. And I feel like during that time is like when I really had when my music taste like I had like a like for all kinds of music.
Okay.
Like I feel like a lot of people know me for my R&B stuff, but I love so much more. It just so happened the R&B stuff worked. Yeah. So
Yeah, that's true.
I found the album. So yeah, it says "Steal This Album" by System of a Down.
yeah, System of a Down. Yeah, like Chop Suey and
Oh,
but I really love that
damn.
album. And there's this other group in that same era, Disturbed. Ooh, ah, ah. It's like, ooh, ah, ah, ah. Remember that?
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
yeah. And I don't know, for some reason I liked it. And you know why I feel like I liked each genre? Because it gave me a feeling. So like that music, I feel like I was like a, angsty teenager, and like when like I was pissed at our parents and like, shut the door, playing Disturbed. And then just like it's just like lets the feelings out, like it lets me vent,
That is crazy.
and then with hip hop, it just made me feel so confident. That was like a big thing I loved. Why I loved hip hop is like I looked at these rappers, I was like, wow, they don't give a fuck. Like they'll just do whatever they want, rap, and like they don't. You could tell like they think they're the shit. And I was like, I want to feel that,
Damn. Okay, so on that feeling note,
Yeah.
going back to dancing, right?
Mm-hmm.
The stuff that I did post on like social media when I
Yeah.
freestyled was actually a lot to R&B. And the reason why I like R&B is because
Because you're always in your feels.
no, not even that, dude. Like I would do like Chris Brown, like Take You Down, because like
Oh, can you do the thing?
What thing?
Take you down.
No.
Like you don't remember that? You don't remember that episode? Like I remember watching like a Chris Brown like in concert, right? And then like he does this move where he's like
Oh, where he like dives and
moving
then he
his
body
hips.
rolls.
Yeah,
Well, no, I didn't
yeah.
do that. I would like dance my own way. But the reason why I like dancing to that kind of sexy music because like I was impersonating like a sexy man, and that's why I wanted to like emphasize. It's like, yeah, I like, even though I'm this shy kid, like I could be like that,
Yeah.
and that's probably why I love dancing to that kind of music,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
But
great.
also to your point about feeling angst,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going through that phase right now because like
So
Dominic
what is
Fike.
it?
Oh, what?
Dominic Fike is angsty?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Sorry, I never really like gave it a chance.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Dominic Fike I started getting into during the pandemic because it was probably like one of the worst times I was going through work because I was the most workload I ever experienced. So like him getting into his music really helped me like kind of release my stress emotions.
Oh.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm still going through that right now where I find that kind of music.
Yeah.
Dominic Fike is still like a strong proponent of that. Another one too that my friend Sweeney just showed me. I think it's a group or it's a guy, but it's called the Internet Kid. And he's like, it's like I don't know how to describe it. It's like rock and almost punk, but I don't know punk music like that.
Yeah.
So it might not be, but it's like you. What was that band that you said with the Burning Sea? Yeah, what you were singing
Yeah.
just before, it sounded almost exactly like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like I'm in my angsty phase right now, which is funny. It's not even because of like growing up. It's more like, well, it is kind of growing up because it's like in rebellion for work.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like the latest thing I've been listening to is Kraftwerk. So I just randomly saw that they were playing at Disney Hall.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know that they've done like so much, been sampled, and they're like pioneers in like techno and even hip hop. And like, so I was like, I got to go check them out and like learn. And then me and Sarah went, and dude, first of all, it was amazing to think that they made these songs like in the 70s and 80s, like with the technology they had. And I was just like hearing samples from newer songs. I was like, oh my God, that's from this, that's from that. And I was really inspired by that. And the fact that whenever they do sing songs, it's like vocoderized. It's like through a vocoder. Or it's just like
what is that? If you could give the most basic explanation.
I don't even know how to explain it.
Okay,
Honestly,
never
it
mind
just
then.
sounds like a robot voice. Like
robot.
when
It
you
just
think
changes your
vocoder,
voice.
yeah,
Okay.
people think like Daft Punk, like stuff like that.
Gotcha.
That kind of like robot voice.
Mm-hmm.
But then even when they won't use a vocoder all the time, but they make a song like even though they are not like the most technical singer, like you know. And I thought that was very inspiring. So I wanted to bring that into my work. And so I've just been going back to the albums and just listening to how they were doing things.
Oh.
And yeah, if you listen to the song Models, like they're actually singing a song, but it's in their own way, It's not like, they're not like Ariana Grande where they're like doing runs, whoa, like crazy.
Okay.
So it's like I'm trying to find a way now to make my own songs. Because like I only make beats really, and I want to like, and I work with some of the best songwriters, and like, and I learn a lot from them, like, and I'm like trying to like bring it into my own.
Right.
I feel like it's this like line of like doing it without fear. Because like I feel like every time I approach the mic, it's kind of like, what am I gonna sing? Don't look at me! Don't look at me!
Yeah.
And I feel like it's just jumping off and doing it.
This wouldn't be the first time you're using your voice though, because I know your other songs that you use, and then even
but it's like subtle. It's like how Timbaland uses his voice in songs where it's like more just like part of the beat or in the background.
Okay.
I don't know. I just want to be able to like, I could make tracks that portray a certain feeling, but I also want to like throw words into there too and see.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean, what do you call it with Kraftwerk? I don't know much of their music, but I feel like for me as of late is I've been trying to kind of explore. Well, I feel like I've already been going in this direction, but just music without lyrics. So minimal house music. I feel like I've been dabbling in it for a while.
Yeah.
But the set that kind of inspired me from Coachella was Gesaffelstein's.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was. I don't know what I was feeling, but I was like feeling like stomping and just bobbing my head. But I love like, I don't know. It was the way he was like connecting the music, but kind of like going in that range. It's like really weird.
Yeah.
Kind of grungy, but electric. And yeah, I'm trying to like explore that more. And especially when we saw Justice.
Yeah.
Like that set was probably one of the best sets I've ever seen.
Two French.
Yeah, two French guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that whole album too was like, I'm like really getting into that phase now.
Yeah. Most I feel like most people know Daft Punk being French, and then they associate French house with their sound or like this disco edits and stuff like that. And then you got those two. Like, Justice will dabble in that too, but they got their harder stuff.
Yeah,
and it's cool.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, the French are always so tasteful. Like I feel like when I work with my French friends, I'm like, oh, I gotta make sure everything is to taste.
Yeah.
It's fun though.
I get that. Yeah, I mean that's what I like though. I feel like other than like concerts, I feel like DJing has also, or just watching a DJ, has made me expand what I want to listen to.
Yeah,
like R&B and hip hop got real boring like after like a year, and then I was like, okay, electronic is always changing. It's always like changing its sound, and other things are getting popular all the time.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. And I feel like that's why I'm falling in love with dance music and house music again, especially the ones that don't have lyrics, or if there is lyrics, it's like one line and it just repeats over and over again, and it's like it's not song based, but just like dance based, or I don't know. It's very different thinking from what I've been doing for the last 10 years, where we write a verse and a hook and then a verse and then a hook. And I fell in love with that, because I'm still learning how to make house music.
Right.
And it's a different way of thinking. And I feel like I'm 17 again.
Gotcha.
When we're like, I had my little studio with, we shared a bedroom, we had bunk beds, and then I've like made a little studio there, and then I just be jamming out. I want to be like that guy again,
I feel that.
Yeah.
I think for me, like another thing for DJing in terms of like listening, like when I was dancing, I had a different kind of thing I was looking for. DJing, it kind of evolved. Now, when I was telling you, I'm like expanding into different like electronic dance music. When I'm listening to a new EDM song or a new electronic song, I'm always thinking about where I'm going to cue my points on it. And one thing I've been doing a lot is like the buildups and the breaks in like, let's say a house track, or even I've been getting into not techno, but like that pop EDM techno that's been getting popular. Like getting like just a half bar of a build-up section, and then I get another song and I keep switching it from that bar from another build-up, and I just keep playing with the cues to build it up. I did that the other day,
Turn
and
into a James Hype 2.0.
Honestly, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm kind of liking it. So
I feel like I'm the complete opposite with that. I'm just kind of like no cue points, and I'm just gonna live life on the edge.
Nah, you could ask these two. My cue points, I have all 8.
Yeah. But I mean, house music is a little different. It's just kind of like,
that's fair.
Like 6-minute songs, and it's just like mix it in for a whole minute, or like even 2 minutes. And I'm just like taking my time, like, oh, no, this song's in. Okay, time to take a little sip.
Yeah.
Say what's up to the people in the back.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just feel like with house, like you could get as technical as you want, but at the end of the day, like what makes you good is your taste and your selection,
Debatable.
Yeah. Well, that's for another episode.
That's true.
Ooh, it's getting controversial. Shit.
We're gonna save that shit.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. That was the episode for today. So we'll catch you next time.
Peace. Awesome.